We had some turmoil in the offseason. We lost some players, but the next man up mentality.
Next man up mentality will certainly be the team motto this season for CAC. Last year, the Mustangs raced to new heights under first-year head coach Ryan Howard. CAC even captured its most wins since 2015. But in January, Howard left the program, and with it, a slew of players transferred to other schools.
Shoot, we're not mad at them. I mean, they did what they did. Oh well, we're moving on.
And moving on they did, to the man you just heard from, new head coach J.D. Plumlee.
Them getting to know me and me getting to know them, and we're kind of doing something a little bit different here than they've done in the past.
Very honest. He's a very honest guy. He'll tell you what you're doing wrong and tell you what you're doing right.
Plumlee comes from success after winning the 4A state title with Malvern in 2022. But 2 years later, he's got a tough challenge ahead.
Our depth's going to be our biggest issue, but we kind of a little chip on our shoulder.
And as many players that did choose to leave, some still wanted to stay. Why?
I love it here. I wouldn't rather be anywhere else. I mean, I love these guys, love our coaches. They've always been here for us. Leaving was never an option for me.
I love playing with these guys. That's a big reason why I chose to play again this year.
We're the ones, it's our time. They didn't want to be a part of it, We'll shake their hand, tell them good luck, and we'll see you somewhere else. But here, this is our time. It's us or you're not a part of this.
It's the Mustangs that want to be a Mustang.
His name holds pretty great weight out here, and he's a great coach, so he's gonna get us right.
The man tight end Savion Slater is talking about is Daryl Patton. Largely known for his immense success with Fayetteville from 2003 to 15, Patton was named head coach of Whitehall in the offseason, and on Friday night, he'll begin his 27th straight season as a head coach in Arkansas.
I've not changed. I'm the same person I was as far as coach at Bryant years ago, and Fayetteville, and Bauxite, and Southwest. I mean, that's all I know. That's the only way I know to do things. I'm still trying to earn their trust, and some of them are still. I'm trying to get their trust from them, and vice versa. So it's a process. It doesn't happen overnight.
And while trust can only be built over time, Patton certainly has the respect of his team.
He's coached multiple NFL players. He's won multiple state championships, so it's great to have a coach that has such a great legacy, has a great history, knows how to win, and knows what it takes to win, to be coaching us.
And speaking of winning, that hasn't exactly been an easy thing lately for the Bulldogs. After back-to-back 4-win seasons, this year's team doesn't want to just be different, they want to be disciplined.
It was so many games where we came up a yard short.
Becoming more disciplined and seeing that just an inch will cause you to lose the game.
I believe we'll be more disciplined this year because we've seen what the consequences are when you're not disciplined. And that hurt us, It hurt us bad. So we know what we need to come out here and do every single night, and we're going to make sure we get that done.
While Cabot has had some great seasons the past few years, it's consistently come up just short in the state playoffs. Yet in 2024, their ultimate goal hasn't wavered.
Oh, we win a state. That's expectation. State champions is our goal.
Every team in Arkansas right now, their goal is a state championship, and our expectations are really high.
Why the high expectations? Well, it could be because of the return of quarterback Maddox McCrory. In last year's season opener, McCrory threw for 3 touchdowns. But the very next game, he was injured and sidelined for the rest of the regular season. But in 2024, he'll return for his junior season.
Having Maddox healthy or ready to go is important. He gives us a real threat in the pass game. He's sharp, makes good decisions. Can't wait to see him play.
McCrory will also return with Keegan Vest by his side, who rushed for over 1,000 yards last season. Vest, now a senior, alongside Brett Jay, both see their leadership roles as crucial.
Got to help them make sure they're learning the playbooks and stuff, and just encourage them. Just be a great teammate. It's a little bit more pressure out there because, if you lose, it's going to kind of go on you and who the leader of the defense is. So it's just coming to practice every day and showing everybody this is how you do things.
They understand the concept of team. It's what you go do with your opportunity, and we have an opportunity in front of us.
That opportunity for the Panthers will begin next Friday night when Fayetteville, the defending champs, come to town.
It is what it is. It's in the past. You can't dwell on it, but you got to learn from it.
The message is consistent.
You get everything you learn from it, try to apply it to this year, and try to make it better.
We're going to have a way better season. Try not to think too much on it. We learn from what we need to learn from. Now it's time to move on.
A team focused on what's ahead, not behind.
A couple more weeks, and we finally get to be back on the field.
A couple weeks away, and I started. Can't sleep.
It's year 2 for Jason Houle leading his alma mater.
This is my home school, so it's more important to me than any part of the coaching job I've had so far in my career.
And year 2 of moving from a tradition of the flex bone to a more modern offense.
Great job! It was all new to them last year, how to run routes, how to line up, things like that. So, you know, having that whole year and having this off season to work it, I really think that it's really gonna help us going in the season.
We're going places, baby, come on!
So with those first year stumbles hopefully out of the way, the Bears build to the future.
You know, let's get better this year, let's improve, let's goal to make the playoffs and have the best year we can.
This isn't the North Little Rock way. You know, last year we got a lot of pride and tradition on being really good and competing each and every year. And we're just going through a slump right now.
Top 20 in Arkansas all-time wins, North Little Rock is no longer the powerhouse they used to be. And last year wasn't exactly a season to remember.
A lot of times it's like we all wouldn't be on board, half of us be on, half of us be off.
The Charging Wildcats scraped together just 3 wins, making it their worst season in nearly 2 decades. And in the offseason, a lot of things changed.
We lost 26 seniors to graduation. We've lost 14 seniors to be to the transfer portal.
But like many teams, the page now turns to 2024.
It's a new group. Like, we got a brand new group of kids. You can't really worry about last year. You just got to worry about what we're going to do this year.
And for this year, the seniors who did stick around say this season will be different.
Different culture, different brotherhood. Our brotherhood is way tighter than what it was last year.
Like, we had a lot of transfers, so like, you know, it's a few of us seniors, but we got a lot of young guys, but I feel like this year we really all getting on board with each other, like we all coming as one. It's up to us to, you know, keep coaching them up and keep them on board with us.
They're not doing it for me or not doing it for a coach, but they're doing it for each other. And that's what we're trying to get to.
And for the Charging Wildcats, now that the team seems to be bonding, it's time to go out and win. While the Zebras had a phenomenal season in 2023, they came up just short in the 5A semifinals. Now, players and coaches agree they've learned their lesson and are ready for 2024.
I get too highs on the highs, and don't get too lows on the lows.
Don't get too high on the highs and too lows on the lows. Don't celebrate too early.
Never think you won too soon.
A common theme from last season for the Zebras. It's not over till it's over. In the semifinals last year, Pine Bluff led Shiloh Christian at the half 35-19.
We came in halftime and took a deep breath, and we was excited, but they learned that, hey, until the last whistle blow, the game's never over.
And the game wasn't over. In the second half, the Saints stormed back to beat the Zebras. But 2024 turns to a new chapter, one without SEC playmakers like Courtney Crutchfield and Austin Dindy.
You know you're going to lose athletes every year, but in the process, you're growing athletes while those athletes are getting ready to get out.
And while it'll be challenging with the absence of that loaded senior class from last year, the senior class from this year is just fine with that.
Nobody really know about us now, about like who's the next star and, you know, what's next. So I feel like the first few games when we come out and we show that we still have players that can make big plays and, you know, be stars, that we're going to shock a lot of people.
This year, like I kind of said before, we kind of the underdogs to most people. So I say we got more to prove. That what makes us different. I feel like we got a chip on our shoulder that's going to make us play harder.
We're past the point of changing the culture. You know, it's not about change. It's about building.
What third-year head coach Brian Maupin is building at Maumelle is something to be applauded. After winning just 3 games his first season, last year the Hornets captured 7 wins before ending their season in the first round of the playoffs.
We got a really good symbiotic relationship with last season right now. We're proud of the turnaround and what we accomplished, but we're also hungry because we got a taste, but we didn't get to finish the meal. So for us, it's just really motivating to know, A, we belong there, but then now let's take that step further and let's keep it going.
With an influx of transfers and young guys, the Hornets sure seem like they could get over the hump this season. But what really makes this year's team different?
It's a group of guys, a group of brothers that love each other, and they're going to go to war for each other. We want this together, and we want it for each other.
We're starting to kind of dial in with a we over me mindset instead of us just playing for ourselves and for one, doing it as a unit, as a team.
And for this team, their expectations are pretty high.
I mean, we're a championship or bust around here. You know, I mean, when I got this job, that was the mindset. These kids want to win.
I have no doubt that we're going to go out here and dominate every game, so kind of showing up every game and, you know, preparing the same way pretty much.
We're the best team, and we know we can do it. We know we can win state. We know we're better than any team that lines up across from us. Like I like to believe, the only team in the state that could beat us is us.
Hornets that are buzzing with confidence.
And next week doesn't just bring us the start of Arkansas football, it's also 0 week, the official start to the high school football season. Every team in the state wants to end up in the same place, War Memorial Stadium. So it's fitting that Little Rock Parkview calls War Memorial home during the regular season as well, since the Patriots have now ended the last 2 years as state champions and now look primed to make it 3 in a row.
When you walk into this building here, no one expects to lose.
There's no higher standard in Arkansas than at Little Rock Parkview, where the Patriots are riding a state-high 25-game winning streak. Parkview was so dominant last year that they played 12 of their 14 games with a running clock in the second half.
Parkview is just a grind. It's a brotherhood. We work in it every day, in and out. The best athletes in the state, and you can't do nothing but get better around it.
And that's the focus, getting better, not resting on their laurels.
That's the past, man. They say 2022, 2023, it's 2024. We ain't worried about that.
That's in the past. All them championships we won, that's in the past. It's a whole new team. We got to do this ourselves. It's a whole new group.
Many of the big names return, including multiple Division I recruits. The Patriots are breaking in several new starters on the offensive line, but that's where those blowout wins last year can really help this year.
In the past, have had some good depth, but not to the level that we are now. And I think that has to do with winning. Those guys playing 12 out of the 14 games, a whole half of high school football, that really helped them.
Parkview also makes a change at quarterback, with Joe T. Robinson transfer Quentin Murphy taking the reins.
It's a lot bigger and stronger and more and faster, which is scary because he can run. But he's gotten a lot better with his mechanics and throwing.
But I feel like as Quentin he's a great quarterback, and I feel like he's going to make some great plays this year. He's going to lead us as a team, and we're all going to stay together. We're going to root for him.
But it's the guys who've been there before, the senior class, who will help keep complacency from setting in.
The big thing that we've seen from them is just not letting the team be on cruise control.
It's going to be big on us seniors this year because we got to bring our team up. We got to stay together. And we got to control as one, become one, as a one family, one brotherhood.
You know, we try to keep that perfect record. That ain't really nothing we stressing about, though. Game at a time, it don't even matter. We take one game at a time.
4 state titles in a row. That was the standard for Pulaski Academy heading into last season, but a quest for a 5th straight fell in the state semifinals. Now it's a new year, a new team, and a new division into the Class 7A.
We're at the top of the food chain.
New competition, new opponents.
Expectations don't change.
Obviously, being in 5A and 6A and winning a lot, you hear you don't play competition, come do it in 7A. So that's what we're planning on doing.
Class 7A is no easy challenge, but for the Bruins, they're using the way last year ended as motivation.
This team right here was hurt. The juniors here, they were hurt after last year losing in the semifinals to Greenwood.
Seeing the looks on their faces and knowing how it made me feel just isn't a feeling I would wish upon anybody, and I think that motivates our guys more than anything.
The loss in the state semis certainly struck a chord with the Bruins. For head coach Anthony Lucas, he felt it was time for some changes.
I wanted a whole different shift in program because the things we did last year didn't work. So I stood up and I said, we're going to change a lot of things.
As for what those changes will be,
we don't exactly know what yet, but it shows how much he cares about us and wants us to be great.
But no matter the classification or the way last year ended, Coach Lucas still has one goal for his team.
To get our kids ready to compete on Friday nights and then get back to War Memorial in December. That's it.
We take a trip to Bigelow, where last year the Panthers made history, bringing the small town's first ever football state title. Now they know that to dream big, they have to think small.
It was a great deal last year. We soaked it in for a long time, but we try to talk to the guys and preach to them like it's a new year, new week type of thing.
Focus week by week instead of focus on a bigger goal. I think we need to go into each day, focus on the next game and the next day of practice.
Because each week, the championship trophy brings something else along with it.
Target on the back, but at the end of the day, we know we got to come in and do what we need to do.
They played in a lot of big games, this whole group of guys has with baseball and basketball and now football as well. So I don't feel like that's something that really affects them playing on a big stage or anything like that.
Even in the regular season, the Bigelow community makes every game feel big.
We have everywhere filled up. You can't even barely walk into the gates just because of it.
It was all sitting right down that fence line. Every time we walk through, they'll give us high fives every time. So it's just a big excitement to the whole community.
It's just the kind of motivation the Panthers need as they try to go back-to-back for Bigelow, the town that feels like an extension of the team.
It feels great, just being a player and just knowing everybody sitting in the stands, sitting all out here is just behind you, ready to go to war with you.
I love it. Just feeling that community behind you is just a great feeling in general. And when you have that feeling, it makes you want to play even more.
The Senators are used to being a power in the Arkansas high school football world, and that's why they're confident that last season will end up being nothing more than an aberration.
Last year was a disappointment. Around here, 7-4 doesn't cut it.
Head coach Todd Escola is hoping that one of last year's weaknesses, playing so many freshmen, can turn into this year's strength.
And so we played a lot of freshmen and sophomores last year. Those kids have grown up now. They look like high school athletes.
Add to that a senior class that still remembers winning a state title.
And that's huge. When you've got kids that have accomplished the ultimate goal in high school football and then have a year where it didn't quite mesh, to have those kids want to get back on top it's irreplaceable.
And along with the returners, the Senators have a new star under center, Tyson Braden, a transfer quarterback from North Little Rock.
Tyson will be a senior, and he's fantastic, does a great job, very mature, has all the tools, can make all the throws.
Braden has quickly gelled with his new team.
Came in like a family, got a lot of extra hours after practice, so that was great. Got a lot of good work over the season, and it's just been real good.
Tyson's the guy, and he's done a great job since the first day he arrived on campus, just embracing the team. Diving into the playbook, meeting with the coaches, spending the extra hours just like you'd want any quarterback to.
And it's that work ethic that the Senators hope can help restart their winning ways.
We're back to where we were with the Jack Clevelands and the Buddy Gastons, where we were able to have our full playbook. We hadn't had that for a couple of years. We were more run-oriented, and this year we can throw it, we can run it.
Balanced offense, run the ball well, pass the ball well, move the ball down the field, move pretty quick, and score a lot of touchdowns.
And so the Senators believe their best days aren't yet behind them.
And we believe this year we'll get back to our standard of competing for championships.
End goal is always state championship, and if we don't do that, we feel like the season's a failure.
Little Rock Christian football has been a model of consistency for nearly a decade now, always sitting around 10 wins, always making noise deep in the state playoffs. But this year in Warriorville, there's a different key word to start the season: new.
It's exciting always to start with a new team, a new group, and a new season.
That's new head coach Dustin Grimmett, the former defensive coordinator who took over the head job this year.
I feel like he brings really big energy to the table. I feel like he brings just a great leadership to the table.
It's him leading our defense last year, knowing his mindset, his game plan, and everything. It's never going to be simple. It's going to be complicated, but that requires us as a team to be more disciplined, which I believe Coach Grimmett has done a great job about making us disciplined.
And the new head coach leads the Warriors into a new conference, the largest in the land.
Once we got the news that we're going to 7A, everybody was ready to face a challenge and willing to put in the work, the extra work that was needed to be ready for 7A.
This year we've kind of came together and kind of realized that we need to finish and build a brotherhood, because at the end, things may not go your way, but you always just got to pick it back up and keep your head up.
The 7A Central is a very physical and fast conference, and so we're trying to amp up the physicality in practice so that we're prepared for the games. But, I'm excited about these guys. I think they're ready. I think they're ready to prove what they can do.
Despite all the new, the old standards remain.
Touchdown Warriors!
Win state, simple as that, nothing less. I know it's going to take a lot of effort, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, but I feel like our guys are ready to go for it.
Benton Bryant squaring off Friday in the 50th anniversary of the rivalry. Our own Nick Luttrell details just how crucial this game is.
This pretty much is our state championship, to be honest. I mean, I'd probably rather win this than a state championship if I had to choose.
The Salt Bowl is a big deal, not just to the fans and community, but for the players as well.
It just, to watch the Salt Bowl all these years, and when I was 15, just beginning to play in it, it was a big deal, and then it'll be a big deal for me winning it, and for all 3 years in high school, that'll be a big deal to me.
This year will be the 50th anniversary of the rivalry game between Benton and Bryant. But as of late, this rivalry has been pretty one-sided. You have to go back to 2005 to find the last time the Panthers beat the Hornets.
We look at them as like our big brothers sometimes. Some people do, and they got to cut that out.
I don't even really know what the record is. I don't know what the streak is. I think they told me last year. I definitely forgot, but the pressure is probably going to always be the same because of the magnitude of the game. You know, both teams want to win. Both teams always have a chance to win.
And after Bryant won the big game last year, it went on to win the 7A Central, but the quest for a 6th straight state title fell short in the semifinals.
We feel like we let some guys down. Not necessarily let them down. It was still a great season, however you want to spin it. Just being able to compete for a championship is a big deal, but obviously that's not the goal.
The goal, of course, is to win state. And that's the same goal for the Panthers in the 6A East. Like the Hornets, Benton had a terrific season in 2023, winning their conference but falling in the semifinals. But both teams alike aren't focused on last season or even this season, but one game in particular, the Salt Bowl.
We just want to be the ones that break the streak of us losing to them, and it's just been you'll hear more about that if we beat them than you will if we win states.
No matter how good you think you are, how good you should be, you've got to be able to execute and continue to play no matter who you're playing.
I think we all got a vengeance, and I think War Memorial Stadium, we're playing Friday night. We're trying to be right back there in December.
A rivalry 50 years in the making. In Saline County, Nick Luttrell, THV11 Sports.